Hello everybody, welcome back. And yeah, today we're doing another lockpicking video. We will try to pick this M&C Matrix lock. It's a door lock, 3 stars. And yeah, let's go. So this lovely lock has 2 levels of security. It has the cuts on the key and a groove on the side. The groove interacts with some sliders on that side of the keyway, and these are not sprung, so you can see if I turn it, they just fall down one by one. But yeah, this is not so important for us for picking. These sliders are blocking a sidebar which wants to go in the core, and only if they are lifted to the right height by the key, they will open. And on the bottom we have the normal pin stacks with a couple of pins. It looks like there are 6 pins in here, but we'll see actually inside that there's something different going on. And yeah, this lock is quite secure actually for drill protection and other attacks. It comes in a modular build. That means normal weak point you have in a normal Euro cylinder is this point here where the metal is very brittle or there's not much space for metal to be there, so they can be snapped and cut in half easily. And usually with these modular designs, like here in this, what is it, Evakura, you have a very solid steel rod here, which gives you some more stability. And this is the same for all M&C locks. And they write Switzerland security tag on the side, and I have no idea why. Please let me know in the comments if you know, because M&C is a company from the Netherlands. It's a young company. They have been around for 40 years, and yeah, they specialize on solid locks, I would say. They are well made. They work together with the lockpicking community, it seems, and yeah. I got this one from a fellow German picker, decoder, and he put a very nice engraving on here. So you can see it's a M&C Matrix with an active sidebar, and it's a purple belt in the LPU belt ranking. So really nice. Thanks for that again, decoder. And yeah, I would say let's try to pick it. We can pick it in 2 steps. First we pick the main stack, and the sidebar will not interact with the pins with the sliders too much, and only when the sidebar is set, when the main stack is set, the sidebar will bind, and then we can pick it. Yeah, let's put it in a vise and see how it goes. See you back in a second. Okay, here's the key again. Works just fine. And I'm using the tensioner here from Multipick, clockwise tension. And I'm using very light tension. Just went in and put 5 a little bit down. Now I'm at 4. Back to 5. Bit of a ping pong game between 4 and 5. It was 3. Oh yeah, and I'm using the PN31 from Multipick medium hook. Now let's see. Pin 1, just a tab. Pin 5 again. And tolerances are really good. It's a nice back and forth between chambers. And I'm using light tension so I don't overset anything. But I think all key pins are standard still. Still, it's a bit hard to recover from an overset. one now. Slipped off. Let's find it again. There we are. Got some nice core movement. Now it's set. Pin 2 now. Got it. But pin 1 unset. Okay, pin 3 is not set yet. Some very subtle counter rotation. Nah, 5 is not set. I think we will lose all the progress, but let's see. Yeah, a lot of pins shot up. That was 1. 2 feels still good. 3. Let's check 1 again. Okay, now we got quite some core movement and now the sidebar is binding. So just try to rake it open. And I have to apply very little tension doing this. There we go. Very open. But now comes a little twist. Listen closely while I keep turning. Did you hear that? Here at 90 degrees another pin shoots up, which usually probes this part of the key if the key is inserted. And I could keep turning, clockwise, but I cannot turn counterclockwise anymore. So this is somewhat of a trap key check pin. And if you encounter this, you can go in with a half diamond and sits roughly here. There we go. And we'll lock back up. So let's cut this quickly. And then I will show you the insides. Okay, welcome back from fast forward. Before I show you all the pins, let's have a look at the housing. This modular design with the steel rod here doesn't leave much room for the chambers. So there's a special trick to the drivers I will show you in a second. But besides that, we have the sidebar groove here, then we have the main stack here. And you will notice, actually, I think it is a total of 7 holes. And the beginning, it's just a chamber that cannot be populated because it is meant for anti-drill protection. And then here in the back, there's some threaded chamber. I think this is just for how the modular system works. I don't know, I just have this part. I don't have anything else. And let's have a look at the core as well. And there's the special pin which kept us from turning more than 90 degrees. You see if the key is inserted, it pops out. And if the key is not here, it drops in and leaves a sharp corner here. and a shallow corner here, so you can turn this direction but not this direction, because the driver of the last chamber is at the same position. So once I turn this hole here, or this pin, towards the drivers here at the bottom, it will block the rotation, just going counterclockwise. Clockwise you can always turn it. And yeah, this pin sits in this little hole here. As mentioned, it doesn't interact with any dimple or so on the key. It just checks, is there a key or not? And therefore it has this little pin here, yeah, which does that. Then we have the main stack here, 5 pins, anti-drill protection, which is a whole plate going through the whole core, which is amazing to see, but it will leave you with less space for the key, for the pins, but it is how it is, which actually means this first cut here is fake, and I think this will never work, will never be used, but it's interesting to see that they still cut it. But as you see, only the second cut on the key will interact with the key pins. Then on this side we have the space for the sidebar, which is this piece here. And then what's interesting is the sliders are not sprung, and the chambers for them are drilled through the whole core, which is interesting. So they can also go down and up, and they have quite some space to them. Yes, so much to the core. Let's have a look first while we're at it at the sidebar. These are the pins. They have 2 of them, number 1 and 2, have some, I think, false gates to them. And then they have a huge true gate. And yeah, nice to see that there's a false gate in there. Makes you stuck a little bit, but still we could manage to rake it. The sidebar is nothing special, I think. Yeah, just a piece of metal. And of course 2 tiny springs that you can always lose. And it just sits in here, and once the sliders are aligned, it can go into the cutouts and the sliders, and the lock can open. And then we have the drivers, which are quite interesting actually, or the main stack. If you look on it, all the key pins are standard. The first chamber is, I guess, steel for anti-drill protection, both the key pin and the driver. And let's have a look at one of these drivers. They're all identical. They're really nice. They have this nice lip and quite some angle on this lip, so that makes them somewhat inverted, tapered or so. And you have to revisit them a bit often. And I mentioned already that the chambers in these modular designs are often quite short, which doesn't leave much room for the pins to go down and doesn't give much room for the chambers. But these pins are actually hollow, which gives room for the spring to go into the pin, and therefore you can get quite some movement and so on with this little trick. So nice to see. Instead of just using a short spring or so, no, they hollow out the driver pins and use that. So very nice lock, was good fun to pick. Not so easy, and yeah, I had to re-roll this video quite a bit until I finally got it. I tried with heavy tension first, and this was a dead end. I should have gone for lighter tension earlier, but yeah, it is how it is. So if you're still here, thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this video, and if you want to see more content like this, give me a thumbs up, hit down in the description your comments. Have you picked one of these locks? Do you know what is up with this Switzerland security tag label on a Dutch lock? I don't know, whether they have a Swiss designer or so. yeah, just let me know. And yeah, who's still here, thanks for watching, and yeah, please subscribe, really means the world to me and doesn't cost you a thing. Thanks for watching, bye!